Well, fall foliage is finally reaching its peak in Alabama, so you may be wondering where to find the best autumnal views. I traveled up to Fort Payne, where though the colors are vibrant, they aren't quite the same spectacle they normally are. Little River Canyon is prime real estate for fall foliage in Alabama. Nestled at the southern edge of the Appalachians, the trek up from Birmingham to DeKalb County alone paints a picturesque scene, almost reminiscent of Thomas Kinkade.
This road right out here in front of us is part of the Lookout Mountain Scenic Parkway, where there's 11 scenic byways in the state of Alabama, and this is one of them. It goes from Nakalula Falls all the way to Chattanooga.
And 73 miles of that 100-mile stretch includes the Yellowhammer State. Typically, each fall, when late October rolls around, travelers flock from all over to get an up-close and personal view of the breathtaking fall foliage.
Some falls we have beautiful color and we have a full river, and those are the years that people are out here in masses with lots of cameras and video.
Though people have still been streaming in to get their fall foliage fix, the streams themselves are visibly more reluctant this year.
The difference is the annual rainfall, and especially the rainfall at the end of summer. From really the end of July till now, we haven't had significant rainfall.
The drought has impacted not just the canyon views, but the vibrancy of the leaf color. And the record-breaking fall heat certainly hasn't helped.
The southern red maples are real red right now. The hickories have a little bit of color with them, and some of the sweet gum. But things like the oaks, because of the low water content for the end of summer and the fact it stayed warm, they're not turning yet. So you still have green trees also.
According to Climate Central, since the 1970s, the Birmingham area alone has seen an increase in over 2 weeks of warmer than average days per fall season. And the average temperature for fall has risen 3.2 degrees Fahrenheit here. So the trend of warmer fall months has led to the peak of fall foliage occurring later in the season.
In Mentone, Alabama, we have what used to be called Color Fest, and it's now called the Mentone Fall Festival. And it's always the third weekend in October, which at one point, when it started over 40 years ago, the color was really good at mid-October. Now it's not quite ready yet. So it's normally the first week of November.
How does that relate to the vibrancy of the fall foliage? Warmer fall nights lead to duller colors, but cooler nights can create more vivid colors. So when temperatures don't get as low overnight, which has been the overall trend for the past 50 years in the Birmingham area, the foliage won't be as rich since trees don't receive their, quote, cool cues.
So if you can get them all to change color at the same time, then you have one of those really magnificent falls. And so we're having a pretty fall, but it wouldn't be like the record-setting fall.
Despite the less vibrant colors, plenty of leaves have already fallen thanks to the persistent drought. But even the slightly duller views this go-around can still evoke a sense of wanderlust, especially in a natural preserve like Little River Canyon.
It's all about scenic beauty and natural areas that are basically have not been that impacted by mankind.
So if you make the trek like we did up to see the fall colors on display in the canyon, here's this meteorologist's advice. Soak in the beautiful views, breathe in the fresh mountain air, and take time to ground yourself and acknowledge with gratitude the rock and soil beneath your boots. Because after all,
this is paradise.
Well, if you want to make a journey up to Fort Payne and take in the sights along the Lookout Mountain Scenic Parkway, you can also find out more ways you can better protect our environment. The Little River Canyon Center in DeKalb County, owned by Jacksonville State, even has special classes geared toward education on the unique ecosystems present in the area.